Welcome back to another episode of the Brews and Boys podcast. Ooh, today we're going to be kind of brushing up on some extreme sport type things. Like we were watching a video, because him and I, you know him and I,
You know him and I.
you know me and this guy and me. We hang out fairly often, and we'll just be hanging around and we'll just be watching YouTube or whatever in his room or out here in the living room and whatever the fuck. And they were doing some kind of skydiving activity, and we were chatting in the room, and I was like, you know what, you could probably convince me to gear up and to get in the airplane and go up. But as soon as the door opens and they're like, all right, go, I'd be like,
Yeah.
like you could hype me up enough. I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah. And I get up there and I'd be like, because as soon as you jump out that plane, bro, you're by yourself.
Unless
You gotta
there's a
pull your
there's
own
buddy strapped to you.
Yeah. And
But
that's,
even then,
and that's like a
that's like-
training experience, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
So after like your first couple jumps, whatever, I don't know how it fucking works.
Yeah.
But like that type of ordeal. As soon as you jump out, you're by yourself, and you gotta pull a chute, and you gotta like, or even just fly down first for a little bit, and then fucking pull your chute. Holy
Like
shit!
you're like I don't even know like,
feel like
who,
I'd pass
who
out.
was the first guy that was like, let me just jump out of the plane and head straight for the earth head first.
Let me jump out of this perfectly fine airplane.
Yeah. And just come so close to death, but then I'm like, ooh, you almost got me, sort of thing. Like, no.
You know
like,
what it could have been?
who-
It could have been people like testing parachutes.
So there was definitely some guys who died then.
Yeah,
A lot,
probably.
Yeah.
Because now they have this like certain like uniform way where they like pack parachutes correctly. So
Yeah.
like people that were like
They were
trying,
definitely just stuffing it in there.
people
probably
that were
first.
trying to figure out how to pack parachutes correctly probably did not go over well.
And I don't even think it definitely wasn't even in like a backpack.
Probably not.
You probably just held it and then you just
And you were
jumped
like,
out and just
"Zah."
tried to
Yeah,
release
literally.
it. Yeah.
Wazah.
And then hopefully it went correct. And then after like 63 people died.
But you see the videos of people like tangled up with their parachute
Yeah.
and they have to try and like, or like
spin it out midair.
deploy their emergency.
After they're like fucking spiraling down and shit. Yeah, no. Like skydiving is probably like one of those extreme sports that I would probably never do.
Yeah, like I said, like you could probably convince me about 75% of the way,
Yeah.
but then
But
the
then
rest
to
of it,
actually-
I'm like,
To finish me off, I cannot do it.
well, I could definitely finish myself off. I don't know
I
about
could
you.
finish you off too. And like and like to go along with that, to go along with that as well is that like the fucking squirrel suit shit.
Yeah, where
Like,
there's
you do,
like
like,
straight up like wings.
We do like the cliff dive.
in between your legs and shit. You can straight up jump off like cliffs or like whatever. the
Yeah.
fuck.
What if that just like you'd have to have a perfect.
They got parachutes
Like-
on too, though.
Yeah, but
Like-
if you're like, but you know, you're a lot closer to the ground.
Think how fast you're going too.
Yeah, so if you pulled your shoe, you might.
You're going
Smack
fucking
into the cliff,
mock
probably.
Jesus down the side of a
Yeah.
fucking cliff, bro.
So if you fuck up your body posture at all, you're just gonna start spiraling towards the ground.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That shit's so intense. I couldn't do that.
No.
Certainly.
Let alone literally
Could I skydive?
being in the
No.
air. Like, I could, but would I? No.
Yeah. Could I? But no.
I don't.
Because I'm a
like,
pussy. Fuck that shit,
I
bro.
wouldn't be able to actually like
I could not.
full consciously do it.
Holy shit. That would be ridiculous. Unless you got me like drunk a little,
Yeah.
and then you were like, you want to skydive? I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go
Yeah.
skydive. And like,
And then you jump out of the plane and forget to pull your chute and just
yeah, and
crash.
just,
And just be like, I don't even know what your
but
body
you go
would
out in
look
a
like.
blaze of glory.
What would your body even look like if you hit the ground?
Well, you,
Would you just flatten right out?
depends, I guess, how you hit it.
Would you go into the ground?
No,
Like even like a little bit? Definitely a little bit.
probably not.
So-
Well, if you think about how hard the Earth is and how hard you're coming at it, you'd probably just
But like if you like take like a cinder block from here and just drop it in the ground, it's like it'll like hit the ground a little bit and put a little dent in the ground.
But are you coming straight down?
Yeah.
I guess
But
it
then
depends.
again, you weigh like what, like 220?
Sure,
roughly.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, if you like hit the ground going like 100 kilometers an hour, I feel like
Make a little dent.
you'd put some fucking weight into the earth. I think.
Make a little dent, yeah. Make a little.
Yeah, and then they would like cut that piece of ground out and put you in like a museum, like you're a fossil or some shit.
Put my bones in the museum.
Yeah.
How many beer would it take you to convince you to go skydiving?
Man, I don't even know. Like, I don't like planes in general.
No?
Not really. No.
Like, you won't go on a plane to, like, BC?
Like, I would, but I'm not gonna enjoy it.
But you're not comfortable? Like,
feel
you
like
wouldn't get on a plane, sit there, and be like,
I feel like I'll probably die the whole time. Yeah, I'm like that kind of guy. But probably like I don't even know, like 15.
beer deep
Yeah.
to convince you to go skydiving?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not even for me. Like, we're talking, like...
Maybe even more than that for me.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I don't like planes in general. So like,
Yeah, I
to be able to jump out of one,
I mean,
just my
like...
skin and clothes. Well, yeah, and a parachute. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like, you can talk to talk, but, like... For me to talk, like, you could probably get me going at, like, 8 or 9 beer. If we start talking about skydiving, I'd be like, who knows, bro?
Yeah.
Who knows? If I'm talking to someone that does it all the time,
yeah.
and they're, like, hyping it up to me, I'd be like,
I don't know.
shit, yeah, brother.
I don't know, dude. It would take me a lot.
Yeah.
Just like to do anything like sports like the squirrel suit.
Oh,
Probably a little bit
fuck
less. No. Actually, I don't know.
To me, that's more.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Well, you're a lot closer to
skydiving, you
the
have
ground.
this much room between you and the ground. But like,
Yeah, but like if you crash on the ground while skydiving, you will die.
well, if you're flying down the side of a cliff and you suddenly don't pull up fast enough and you smash the rocks, like
Yeah,
you're
but
dead
for
as
say you
hell.
jump off and you got like immediately spread eagle.
You can kind of get some glide.
Yeah,
going.
but then if you like kind of like smack into the earth a little bit, like not like
yeah,
but,
not
like,
full frontal.
glide into it,
Yeah,
you'd probably survive.
probably.
So like, I don't know, man. What about free rock climbing?
Free climbing.
Yeah,
Holy shit, dude. I feel like it depends on the height we're talking.
yeah.
Cause like I could do like
We're not talking like Angel Falls in Venezuela, where it's like,
oh yeah, but
Yeah.
I could do like some basic shit probably. I'd be scared, but I could like physically I could do it probably, but I
well, you did a lot of rock climbing in this, summers and summers ago.
yeah, like when I was in Alberta, I did some rock climbing, but it was all secured as well. Like you had someone on the ground like holding you with a wire the whole time.
But did you fall?
I don't think I ever actually fell and someone had to catch
Yeah.
me.
So you probably
Like nobody had to like catch my weight at the bottom.
So I feel like you'd probably be like fine for like a certain amount of height.
Yeah, like you need like the proper shoes and like whatever.
Would you do it drunk?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Would you have to do it drunk?
No.
No.
I'd probably just do it. Like I would do it to a certain height, but if you wanted to talk me up to a different height and get me, a couple in, and then
Couple beers
and
in,
then I'd
yeah.
fucking just fly probably.
But then you'd fly off the fucking
Yeah,
cliff
for
and
sure.
die.
For sure.
Same, on God. But like,
But the thing is, yeah, like I was saying, like you need like proper shoes, but there's no gloves involved with that shit. Like it's just your hands, and they
Yeah,
have
chalk.
like a chalk bag.
a bag of
And you
which,
just-
okay, tell me this, riddle me this, Batman. How the fuck, if you're like climbing up and like swinging like a little bit and shit, like you've seen like the crazy movies and like shit, or like people on like videos or whatever. Yeah. Where like that chalk you're telling me is just staying in that bag perfectly fine.
It's kind
You
of like
take a little pinch and you're
it's like a drawstring bag.
like you're telling me that you can just but like how, okay, so how the fuck are you getting your hand in that bitch
Well, yeah,
while
you're
you're
put your hand in it.
I know, but how are you hanging on by one hand?
I know. Well, you got your feet too. Don't forget about your feet.
But those aren't gripping you, really.
Well, if you're wearing the proper shoes, yeah, they are. Because they're kind of like they're like straight the most straightest shoes you've ever seen in your whole fucking, like, they're like straight shoes.
But that's the thing, though.
And they're like Kevlar type shit. Like, if you're straight on, like, it'll hold you. Or like if you're up on your tippy toes, it'll hold you.
So let me just let me just say, like, what happens if you, like, your other hand let go? You would fall.
Yeah, for sure. If you were free
But
climbing,
if your feet went and you were still hanging on, you could probably still survive.
yeah, you'd have to put
So,
your
like,
feet up first and then reach
To
up.
be able to, like, take your one hand away, undo, like, a drawstring bag, reach in there.
Who knows? Yeah, like,
Because
free
that
climbing.
one chalk, I don't think it's going to last you the entire.
Well, it's powder too. Like, it's not like
Yeah.
a bar, obviously.
Yeah, it's like dust.
You dip your hand in and you're like, just to get the sweat off more than anything.
But I don't think it would last you the entire way.
I guess it depends how high you're going.
So, like, let's just say you're at, like, a high climb, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're sweating basically probably from the beginning.
Sweating bullets.
So, like, if you're reaching back in there, right, and you're holding on, your 2 feeties and your one little mitten, and you're reaching back and undoing the drawstring bag, dipping it in, you're, like, doing one hand at a time. And then you're reaching around the other side of your body.
Probably.
like-
I don't know. Because I've never free climbed, so I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I've always been hooked in. Because, like, where I've climbed, like, there's someone holding you the whole time. They're hooked to the top. So they're, like,
Right.
holding you
Yeah.
in case you fall. But if you don't, then you're climbing.
Yeah.
But they catch you if you fall, type of thing. So you go up to a certain point, and then you hook in. And then you can do that shit. With just your feet. Like, you're, like, extended leg, like, you're, like, way out. And you're, like, doing this shit with your hands, and then you can come back in. Climb some
Like-
more, and then hook in, and then you can hold your feet out and do your hands up. And then...
Like, with the people that are holding you mean? Or just for free? Because free climb, there's no gear.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about, like, what I have done.
Oh, yeah.
Is when there's somebody holding you from the top.
So have you put chalk on your motherfuckers?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Damn.
Because I
You got
remember...
a little fucking pouch on you?
We used to climb in groups. I remember this one time. We were with an instructor, and say it was like 2 or 3 of us. And the instructor free climbed by himself, obviously, because nobody's holding him.
Which is an automatic flex.
It's a huge flex.
Yeah, he's literally just in his mind. He's like,
Huge flex. Yeah, he's like, fuck you, little kids. We were like 17 or something at the time. 18, 17. Anyways. Climbs up by himself to the first rung. Clips himself in. And then he's there, and he's holding you, basically. Because
okay.
we're all connected through ropes.
Yeah.
So he's connected to the first kid, and I'm connected to the first kid, and this third kid's connected to me. Say. So he climbs up, hooks in, and then he's supporting the other guy. He climbs up, hooks in.
to the
and-
same run?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're super, like, way
Yeah.
stronger than you think they are. Anyways, so we all climb up, and then the instructor goes up, and then, like, so we're, like, going at a time. But we get to a certain height, and it's fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Like, we're high. And the instructor climbs up by himself. So if he falls, the only thing holding him is the first person that's hung in to that little thing poking out of the mountain.
Because he hasn't clipped it in the next one yet.
But he's hooked up to the first person. So if he falls, all his rope is connected to the first person.
But then you're connected to the anchor.
Yeah, so say so the instructor's the first person.
Yeah.
And then he's connected to the second person. And I'm connected to the second person. I'm a third person. And the fourth person's connected to me.
Yeah.
That type of thing. And we go up like that. So we always go in that order.
Right.
So if the instructor falls, he's connected to the first person, but he's still falling quite a ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He never did. Nobody did.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy though.
It's
one.
fucked.
It's one fuck up, dude.
It's one
And
fuck up
especially
away.
with like free rock climbing, is
by
like
yourself,
yeah,
too.
like you're not. It's not even necessarily like you don't have like, you know, those drilled in like rock
No.
pieces. Like it's literally like you gotta slip your fingers in the little crack, and like grip your like you're holding your whole body weight with like these little like claws.
These little motherfuckers right here.
And like you're
Yeah.
pulling yourself. I mean, you can push yourself with your feet, but like your feet aren't holding you. It's your fingers that are pulling you and saving you
Yeah.
from anything else.
Saving your
If
torso.
if your hands went, your feet are not saving any part of you.
No.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, but we had like carabiners and all this.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, for the
The
free
basic
rocks,
shit.
man, it's like
No, that shit is ridiculous.
I could never. All these sports are dangerous.
I couldn't free climb.
No, I would do some like minor rock.
Some
climbing.
controlled chaos.
Yeah, I've
That's
done
fun.
rock climbing.
It's so fun, bro.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were doing like pairs or whatever when I was at that specific event thing,
Yeah.
going up and whatever. And for some reason, to the instructors, I showed some promise when we were doing the duos type shit, like going up, and then I
I've
would
always
come,
been a big guy though.
and then I would. Well, I don't even think it had anything to do with that. But then I came down and was like holding the other guy and all this shit, and we were doing that shit because you could only go up to the point that the bottom person was hooked up to. Like you obviously couldn't go higher than that. Like that was
So when you're hooked in, you're kind of just like sitting there, like
if I'm holding him.
no, like okay, like for say I'm ahead of you, right?
Yeah.
And I climb up and I hook in. I wait for you to come to me, or do I climb up another one and then you hook into where I was at?
I would say wait for me because if you fall, you're between me and the instructor, for example.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I would say. So then as soon as I hook in, you're basically safe between the 2 points.
Yeah, because I'm hooked into like an anchor.
Yeah, exactly. Anchor is like the best word for it.
Yeah.
But what we were doing, was like duos, and we could only climb up so far and then go back down. Then I would hold him, he'd climb up so far, and then we go down. And we did it. There's a bunch of different spots along the mountains in Alberta where we did that shit. But then for some reason,
were you on like actual like cliffside mountains?
rock faces in the Rocky Mountains of Alberta. Yeah.
So you weren't even like on those like kid ass
No.
rock walls?
No, there was no colors.
Practice.
There was no.
Damn.
It was literally rock.
It was stone the
Yeah.
whole way.
But then, for some reason, while I was doing that shit, they thought I was chosen enough to do. I don't remember what they called it, but it was some type of thing where only like a certain amount of people got chosen to go and do the thing that I'm telling you about, where the instructor free climbs and then we climb up to him, and then he climbs and then we climb up to him, and I got
Basically,
chosen.
you were one of the safest kids. That
Out of a group of like 30 people, I was
they were
one
like,
of like
his
5
parents
chosen.
aren't going to sue us, so
Yeah, I was one of like a
send him-
handful of people that
send
got
him up
chosen.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was crazy, bro.
I've never done anything crazy like that. I mean, you've done a lot of crazy experiences with like your cadet shit,
Yeah.
which is super cool.
Oh, dude, and it was free, and they paid for it all, and
Yeah.
my parents didn't have to pay for anything. They literally just shipped me off for like 6 or 7 weeks at a time, and they were like, "He's doing all this crazy shit." My parents were like, "Hell yeah!" Like it
Man.
was awesome, bro, and I will never forget all that shit, like ever.
I mean, hey, if you guys want to hear about all those crazy stories, though, 'cause there's more to come. Like
Yeah, we'll tell you.
kayaking, where you almost died.
Yeah, I got some crazy whitewater kayaking stories. I
Horseback
got
riding
horseback
and shit.
stories. I got some like mountain bike stories. I got a bunch
Yeah.
of nonsense in there. There's some other things I can't think of right now. Glacier type shit. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments down below on what you guys want to.
What
If
you
you
wanna
guys
hear
want
about.
to hear more, and we'll
From
make
those
another
couple
episode.
topics, which you want to hear about, maybe
Yeah.
we can direct that next episode towards that type of thing.
While you're down in the comments, though, check out our link in the bio or the description down below, and check out all of our socials. Follow us, love us, be with us, and
Remember, if you want to buy something without looking at the price tag, you got to be able to work without looking at the clock.